Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now we are going to solve the past paper questions from the topic linear and graphical inequalities. Now we are going to solve this question. This question is from the year June 2012, paper 2, variant 1 and question number 6b. Now let us see that what is given in the question. In this question, you can see that this is a triangle. These are the three sides of the triangle. The triangle is shaded. Now, he has given the name of the triangle as R. R is the name of the triangle, if you can see. So, this triangle is made up of three sides, you know that. Now, what he is asking from here, he is asking that the triangle R has the vertices. Now, you can see that the vertices of the triangle are -2, -1. Now, I am going to write down the vertices of the triangle. Well, these are the vertices of the triangle. -2, -1 and 2, 1, 4, -1. These are the vertices of the triangle. Now he is asking about the gradients of the sides of the triangle R, capital R. This is the name of the triangle which I showed you just now. This capital R is the name of the triangle. The gradients of the sides of the triangle are 0, -1 and K. These are the three gradients of the sides of the triangle, because you know that there are three sides of the triangle, so obviously each and every side has its own gradient. Now here is the triangle. He gave me the gradient. Now you can see, let me write down the gradients of the sides again. Gradient 1 gradient is 0, 1 gradient is -1 and the third side gradient is K. Now let us see. Now as you can see that he has given you the gradients of the given sides. Now we have to find out the value of K. From this triangle you will have to find out that what are the gradient of, what is the side whose gradient is 0. You will have to identify that side. 0, you know that this side is horizontal side, and you know that any horizontal line has gradient 0. So the gradient of this line is 0. Okay. So we are not going to find out the gradient of this side because this side gradient is 0. So here I am writing down that M1 is equal to 0, just for reference to show you that this line has a gradient 0. You are not going to write like this in your examination. This is just for clarity, that how you are going to think about. Now what about -1? This -1. The gradient of this line is -1, because you know that this line is crossing each box diagonally, and if the line is projected like this, its gradient is negative gradient. So it's, say it is M2, its gradient is -1. So now this is the line whose gradient is required. So K is the gradient of this line which we have to calculate. You know that the formula to find out the gradient, that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you can also use rise over run, it's up to you. So I am taking any 2 points which are clear point, like this is the point which has coordinates 2 and 1, and I can also use this point 0, 0. You can also use this point also, but I am using these 2 points to find out the gradient of this line, which is K, because he is saying that K is the gradient of the side. I am going to find out this. So K, which is the gradient of this side, you know the formula for gradient, that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. So y2, any point you can take as the second point or first point, doesn't matter. So y coordinate subtracted from y coordinate, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0. You know that in the formula of the gradient, we subtract y coordinate from y coordinate in the numerator and x coordinate from x coordinate in the denominator. x2 minus x1, 2 minus 0, 1 over 2. So the value of K is 1 over 2. You can also write down this value as 0.5, but it's better to write like 1 by 2. So I'll use 1 by 2. Okay. Now, what is the second part of this question? This is the first part done. This question, this part is carrying 1 mark. So you can very easily score 1 mark if you are going to write down the value of K, which is 1 over 2. Here you have to write down the answer of the question. Okay. Now as you know that we have calculated the value of K, K is equal to 1 by 2. The second part, the B part, One of the inequalities of that defines the shaded region is x plus y less than equal to 3. He says that one of the equality is x plus y less than equal to 3. Write down the other two inequalities that define the region. So we have to write down the rest of the two inequalities which are defining that triangular region, capital R. Now here this question is carrying 2 marks. You can see that you have to write down two inequalities here. Now come to the figure again. Here you can see that this is the figure. Now this inequality he has given. Now you must know that what are the equations of the two of the sides, because you are going to find out the third equation of the side, and then you have to convert it into inequality. So x plus y less than equal to 3. If you are going to write down this as equation, so it can be written like y is equal to minus x plus 3. So which is this equation? This is the equation of the side, this side, because here you can see that the gradient is minus 1. Here I can show you the gradient like this, minus 1. So as he has already shown you that one gradient was 0, other gradient was minus 1, and the value of k, the third was k, and we calculated k here. So minus 1 is the gradient of this line. So this is given. Basically he has already given you x plus y less than equal to 3. This is the inequality for this side of the triangle. It means we have to find out this and this. Now first of all, let's see this one. So this is a horizontal line. This side is horizontal line. So this line is passing from y-axis at minus 1. It is cutting the y-axis at minus 1, and you know that if there is a horizontal line, so you can straightforward write down the equation of this straight line like y is equal to minus 1. This is the equation of this side of the triangle. Now as far this side of the triangle is concerned, you can see, you know that for the straight line standard form equation, y is equal to mx plus c. Here the gradient of this line we have already calculated, which is 1 by 2. So y is equal to 1 over 2 x plus c. What is c? C is basically the y-intercept, where this line is cutting the y-axis. So here this line is cutting the y-axis, so the value of c is 0. We can also write down this equation as y is equal to 1 over 2x. Okay? So in this way you can write down this equation. Now as far inequality is concerned, here you can see that the upper area of this line is shaded. You will have to see that which area of this line is shaded. The upper area of this line is shaded. So you will have to write down its inequality. Y is greater than and equal to minus 1. Why I am using this equal to sign? Because this line is not the dotted line. This is continuous line. This is not breaking line. This is continuous line. That is why I am using equal to. Okay. In the same way, here you can see that the lower area of this line, if you are considering this line, this is the lower area of this line. The lower area of this line is shaded, so we have to write down as inequality. If you are going to write down the inequality from this, so y is less than equal to 1 over 2x, okay, because the lower area of this line is shaded.